Okay, we're here with Luke to talk about ratios. Ready to go, Luke?
Yeah.
Okay, so first let's talk about what a ratio actually is. A ratio is just a comparison of two numbers, or if they're not numbers, they might be quantities, like how much there is of something, or variables, but you're comparing two things and you're trying to see what that comparison is like. And here's an example. So if you have a smoothie recipe, you might have a certain mix of strawberries and bananas, and in this recipe, it says there's 9 strawberries and 2 bananas. And so what we can do is we can write a ratio, and we write it in this very particular way, okay? So we write one quantity here, strawberries, and then we put a colon, and then we write bananas. And the way we say that is the ratio of strawberries to bananas equals, and then we write the number of strawberries, C9, and the number of bananas, and there's a colon in between there too. It's just a short way to write a ratio, okay?
Okay.
And then the way we talk about it, this is what we say. The ratio of strawberries to bananas is 9 to 2. That's how we read this math statement here. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Now we can flip it around too. So what's the ratio of bananas to strawberries? The other direction.
2 to 9.
2 to 9, right? Good job. And how would you say that? Say that statement for me.
The ratio of bananas to strawberries is 2 to 9.
Perfect. So you've got ratios. Now, you can also work with ratios up here. Sometimes the ratios will need simplifying. So let's take a look at a new smoothie recipe calls for 10 strawberries and 4 bananas. So there's a different mix of strawberries and bananas. You see that?
Yeah.
Okay, so if you were just to take these numbers and write a ratio, how would you write it?
You would write 10, then a colon, 4.
Very good. Just like that, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, with ratios, in fact, ratios are very, very similar to fractions. We can simplify them just like we would simplify a fraction. So if you think of a fraction of 10 over 4 or 4 over 10, if you're going the other direction, you would be able to simplify that, right?
Yeah.
Because they each have a factor in common. What's the greatest factor that 10 and 4 have in common? What's one factor they have in common?
One factor of 2.
2, okay. Can you think of a greater factor, or is 2 the biggest one?
2 is the biggest one.
That's right. So we can write the greatest common factor, or GCF, of 10 and 4 is 2, right?
Yeah.
So what we can do, just like with a fraction, we can divide each one of these by the greatest common factor. So what would that end up for the 10?
5.
Good. And how about for the 4?
2.
Okay, good. So then we could write this statement here. 5 to 2, right?
Yeah.
And how would you say that statement?
The ratio of bananas to strawberries is 5 to 2.
And actually, there's a mistake here, isn't there? What is the mistake? Can you find it?
Actually, the bananas and strawberries are switched.
That's right. So if we were to say this in the correct way, what would we, or what would we say the ratio of bananas to strawberries is actually?
2 to 5.
2 to 5, right? So this would be 2 to 5.
Yeah.
Okay, you got it?
Yeah.
Great, you understand ratios. Good job.